Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the part of the world that you're living in. So, we'll be proceeding with uh, our Python learning series. So, in this section, we're going to dive into Python collection data types, which are lists, tuple, dictionaries, and sets. Let's go ahead and start off with lists. So list is the way that we can put different data types all together uh, in an ordered format. So list is ordered data type, and also it's mutable, which means you can be able to change it. Um, let's go ahead and try some examples of lists. For example, you can create list one, which is created using square brackets, and we can have a couple of numbers inside it. So in this list, each number is a representation using indexing. I believe you remember about index from previous lectures. Just to give you quick refresher, let's say we are having a list known as names, and that name holds John, Dave, Sammy, Susan. So the first one, John, is index of 0, while Dave is index of 1, Sammy is index of 2, and Susan is index of 3. It starts counting from 0 and it goes up until the last one. So you can be able to access each element based on their index. For example, if I would like to access the third element, which is 0, 1, 2. So I'd give it an index of 2. So it's going to go ahead and print 3, which is the third element. But keep in mind that you can also put a collection of data types for lists. Maybe we can say list 2, which can hold different data types like the name, let's say John, um, age could be 26, and height could be 173.5 point 4 centimeters, and weight could be 70.1 kilograms. Now, you can be able to list out any of the information regarding John um, from the list. Let's say if you'd like to print out the height, which is the last element, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So that's going to be the third element. That's 70.1 kilograms. So in a list, you can be able to add items at the end of the list, or maybe to a specific location that you're looking for to add it. You can also change list items, and also you can be able to remove items. There are two types to remove a list item. So when adding a list item, you can, let's create a list, uh, and maybe let's say that list fruit, and it contains apple, orange, banana. So uh, to add an item at the end of the list, then what you do is you call out the name of the list that you're working on, dot append. And then you add whatever you want to add, maybe strawberries. So we go ahead and print list fruit, let's comment the previous list. You can see that it was originally orange, apple, and banana, but we see strawberries now. And you can be able to add also on a specific index that you would like to add. In that case, what you use is fruit, list of fruit, insert, and you give the index that you would like to insert. For example, for my case, let's say I want to insert it on the second index. And then the fruit that I'm going to add is going to be lemon. And let's print this list fruit. So you see now apple, orange, and between banana, this is the third element, which is the second index. Lemon is there now. And the rest, banana, strawberries, keep on going. It doesn't replace it, but instead it goes to that specific index. But if you'd like to change elements, what you can do is you can call out a specific element engine, just change it. For example, let's say you wanted to change um, maybe apple with papaya. So apple is on the zeros index, and then you can replace it with papaya. Uh, papaya. So if we go ahead and check out our list, we see that apple has now been replaced with papaya. You can also be able to remove items by calling out the specific item, or maybe you can just give the index so that it deletes that specific index. For example, you can say remove a list dot remove, and you should be able to give that specific item that you want to remove. For my case, let's say I want to remove papaya. If we check out our list now, you see that papaya is gone. Here, there was papaya, and now it starts with orange and it keeps on going until strawberries. And if you'd like to remove using index, then all you have to do is use del, then the list name, a list of fruits, and then give that specific index. For example, I would like to delete bananas. So the updated index is this is 0, this is 1, and this is going to be 2. So if I give it 2 and print it again, we see that banana is now gone. Okay, this is a 1-minute challenge. Go ahead and try it, and then we're going to do it together. So the first task is to create a list containing 3 of your favorite colors and print the second one. So let's say favorite color equals to um, green, lime, and orange. So you go ahead and print the second color, which is the first index. This is 0, and this is going to be 1. So print favorite color, and the index that we're going to give it is going to be 1. So that's going to be lime. Okay, the second question is given a list animal, this up, add elephant to the list and print it. So this was the list originally, and animals dot append, and then we're going to add elephant, and then let's go ahead and print animals again. So now that you see dog, cat, and we also have elephants. All right, the second data collection data types in Python is tuples. So tuples are exactly the same as lists, except the fact that they are immutable. They cannot be changed after they have been created. This could be useful for different scenarios, for example, like coordinates. And the way that you create it is you use a curved bracket. Other things are mostly similar. So in a list, you cannot be able to update it unless you're using other tricks that I'm going to show you. But you can be able to join tuples. Let's create a tuple, and the tuple is, let's say, it contains um, 1, 2, 3, and 5. And if you'd like to print, for example, 5, which is 0, 1, 2, the third index. So you print tuple for 1, and the index is the third. So that's going to be 5. Um, you can also, let's say, let me add up another tuple. That's tuple 2. And for that tuple, let's add other lists of numbers, or maybe characters, A, B, and C. And you can be able to join the tuples, like joint tuple, and that's tuple 1 plus tuple 2. And let's print out joint tuple. Now you see that the joint tuple have all the elements of tuple 1 and also tuple 2. So even though you cannot be able to change the values of a tuple, but there is a workaround, as I say. What you can do is you can change it into a list and then change it back again. For example, if I, let's say, in this joint tuple, I'd like to change B to be into something else, maybe Z. So, which is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth index. So if I say join tuple, the fifth index equals to Z, and if I run this, and that's an error. Tuple object does not support item assignment. So the way that we can come around this is we first have to change the tuple to be a list using type conversion. So list of the joint tuple, and then we can even check the type of it, um, type of joint tuple. So if we go ahead and run this, now it's in a class of list. So we can be able to change this join tuple. Now it's going to work. We print out joint tuple now. You see that it's been a list, and now B has been changed to be Z, to be Z. But after you've done your operation, you need to bring it back the way it was. So you do join tuple equals to tuple of joint tuple. You can check out the type of it. Joint tuple. Um, last type. If we run this, at the end, we've turned it back to be a tuple again. So this way, you can be able to do some manipulations in your tuple operation. This is also a 1 minute challenge. Go ahead and try it, and then we'll be doing it together. Let's do it together. Create a tuple with 3 numbers, change the last one, and print it. So let's say tuple 3 equals to a tuple with 3 numbers. That could be 4, 7, and 9. And then we need to change the last number. So what I do is tuple is equals to list of tuple 3 and tuple 3. The last element is going to be 0, 1, 2. So the second index, and I want it to be maybe, I don't know, 6. And then I change it back uh, into a tuple. So we can print type of tuple 3 and also check the tuple if it's been updated. You see that the last element now has been converted to 6, which was 9 previously, and also it's a tuple. Okay, so this is the end of this section. In the next section is going to be, we're going to discuss about the rest of the data type, which is going to be dictionaries and sets.